Somebody once asked G.K. Chesterton what was wrong with the world. Uh, the list could have been endless. He could have gone in a lot of different directions about politics or war or violence. It could have been about corruption or greed. There are a host of problems that he could have named and identified. But Chesterton, as the story goes, responded with just two words. And those two words were, I am. I am what's wrong with the world. One of the prevailing messages that we hear in our world is people saying things like, you're perfect just the way you are. I understand the reasoning behind that. It makes sense to me that we would want people to understand their value, their beauty, that they don't need to necessarily conform to culture's way of doing things in order to be valid as a human person. But the idea that we are all perfect just the way we are doesn't sit well with me. The truth of the matter is, I don't think I'm a horrible person, but I know I'm not perfect. I know that I could be better. I know I could be a better dad and a better husband. I know that I could probably love people better, that I could be more patient, that I could use the gifts that I have more faithfully to build a better world. There are a lot of ways that I could be a better person. And I think there's a danger in telling people, anyone, that they're perfect just the way they are. And I've noticed that same kind of mentality is sometimes creeping into religion. I would ask, is the most loving thing we can do for someone to tell them that they're perfect just the way they are? Is the purpose of religion really just to pat us on the back and make us feel good about ourselves, or is there a way that the purpose of all of this is to help us become better people, help us to be more faithfully who we were created to be, help us to love our neighbors and our enemies better, to help us to show mercy more faithfully, to help us be more patient, to be more compassionate, to stand up for justice and for those who are oppressed. If religion isn't our faith, our religion isn't helping us become more and more the people that we are to be, if it isn't tearing down walls, if it isn't helping to make the world a better place, then haven't we missed the point of all of this? Isn't the point of this that we are not all the people we should be, and the world doesn't look like it should? And maybe the purpose of all of this is that rather than telling us that everything is fine the way that it is, maybe what we need to understand is that God is still doing something in us, that God is still trying to make us the people that we should be, and God does still want to work in the world and build a world that reflects the values that we see in the person of Jesus. I know I'm not perfect. I think you do too. I think you both know that I'm not perfect and that you're not perfect. Recognizing that is perhaps an important step in being able to become the kinds of people that we want to be, the kinds of people that God created us to be.